All right, I'm about to drop some intel that might sting a little. 90% of startups fail within their first year. Why? No customers. But here's the kicker, you're not going to be one of those failures because in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you a step by step blueprint to how to get your first 10 customers fast. Not just any customers. I'm talking about the kind of customers that will become your evangelists, your proof of concept, your ticket to success. So, if you're ready to separate yourself from the 90% of, well, wannabe entrepreneurs and join the ranks of the real players, stick around because this isn't just theory. This is battle tested strategy that really separates the winners from the losers in the brutal world of business. So, today we're going to get you 10 customers and we're going to get them fast. Why 10? Because 10 is really that tipping point, right? Getting your first 10 customers, it shows that you have a proof of concept. You've got your testimonials and you've got momentum. And here's the thing, in business, momentum, once you get that going forward, that's everything. And hey, if you're new to my channel, this is Startup 3. I'm Gary Smith. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I'm a business and marketing adjunct professor, and I'm an entrepreneur. So let's strategically break down this challenge because when you're starting out, here's the thing, nobody knows you yet, right? You've got no track record, you have no reviews, and you probably don't have a lot of money for marketing. So it's like trying to get a date when you're the new kid in school, right? Nobody knows you exist. So the question is, how do you break through? And the answer is by implementing these common sense strategies that I've seen work time and time again. Now, number one is to leverage your network because your first customers are probably a lot closer than you think. These are your friends, your family, your former colleagues. These are your low hanging fruit. But here's the key. Don't just ask them to buy from you. Ask them to introduce you to someone who needs your product or service. It's not about the sale. It's about making that connection. Let me explain. I had a client who started a digital marketing agency, but here's the thing. Instead of asking his friends to hire him, he asked each of them to introduce him to just one business owner. Within a week, he had 15 warm introductions because he didn't just get one. Some of them gave him 2 and 3. Now, 5 of those turned into his first clients. But here's the catch. When you're leveraging your network, right, you're also putting your reputation on the line. So make sure that you're ready to deliver. Now, that brings us to our next strategy, number 2, which is to offer a killer deal. Because when you're just starting out, profit should not be your primary concern. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but hear me out. Your first 10 customers, they are worth your weight in gold, right? They're not just your buyers, they're your beta testers, they're your word of mouth marketers, they're your social proof. So give them a deal that they can't refuse. Maybe it's a massive discount that you wouldn't normally do, or it could be extra features or personalized service. Make it so good that they feel like they're stealing from you. But remember, a good deal alone isn't enough, right? You need to back that up with exceptional service, which leads us into our next strategy. Get out there and hustle. In the early days of your business, you should be spending 80% of your time at least on sales and marketing. That means networking. That means cold calling. That means going door to door. I've done it. So I once knew a guy who started a web design business. Now, this was around 2015. This was in Torrance, California. If you're not familiar with the area, this was like a suburb of Los Angeles. You know what he did? He walked into nearly every business in his area, every small business in his town there, and he offered to build them a free website. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, just a one-page website, but it got him in the door. And guess what? Half of those free websites turned into paid projects. But here's the thing about hustling. It's not just about being everywhere. It's about being valuable in the right places. And that brings us to social media, or more precisely, how to leverage social media. Now, I'm not talking about, buying ads or trying to go viral. I'm talking about finding your potential customers. Where do they hang out online? And then becoming part of that community. For example, if you're selling fitness products, get active in some fitness groups. If you're doing B2B, if you're doing, let's say, a B2B service, LinkedIn should now be your best friend. Provide value, answer questions, be helpful. Don't sell, serve. And the key which most people fail to deliver on is consistency. So don't just show up when you want to sell something. Be there every day, providing value. It's a long game, right? But it pays off. Next, partner up with local businesses that complement yours, but aren't direct competitors. So let's say you're a personal trainer, right? Go ahead and partner with a nutrition coach. If you're a web designer, partner with a copywriter. Cross promote each other, right? It's a win-win. You both get access to a new customer base. Now, I knew a photographer who partnered with a local event planner. That planner recommended him to all their clients. And in return, He gave her clients a discount on his services, and within a year, they both had doubled their businesses. But here's the thing about partnerships. They're a lot like marriages. So choose wisely and then nurture that relationship, right? Don't just look for what you can get out of it. Look for ways that you can also add value to your business partner's business as well. Now, this next strategy involves some higher level thinking. In other words, number 6, solve problems, don't just sell products. This is the key insight that really ties everything together. Your first 10 customers, these aren't just transactions, right? They're partnerships. So treat them like gold. Over deliver, right? Solve their problems like their business is your business, because in a way it is. So let me tell you a story. I had a client who started a software company, and he spent months perfecting his product. But when he launched, crickets, right? No sales. And he was ready to give up. My recommendation was a simple one. Sometimes when you're on the outside, you can see these things, but I said, stop trying to sell people, start trying to solve their problems. He spent the next month talking to potential customers, understanding their pain points. He spent time in their offices. He was watching how they worked. You know what happened? He not only got his first 10 customers, but he ended up pivoting, which oftentimes you do in business. He ended up pivoting his entire product to better serve their needs. So here's a lesson. Your first 10 customers, they're not just your buyers. They're like co-creators. They're your partners in success. Treat them that way, and they'll not only stick around, but they'll bring others along with them, right? Which is what you want. Referrals are a great thing. But having a plan is only the first part of the equation. The second part is implementation. And to do that, or to help you do that successfully, I have 3 action steps, and I want you to follow these. And hey, if you're getting value from our discussion so far, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because the action steps that I'm about to drop could be the difference between you getting those first 10 critical customers or, well, not getting anything at all. That said, action step number 1, make a list of your 50 potential customers. Include everyone that you know who might need your product or service, or maybe they know someone who might need your product or service. Now, I know what you're thinking. 50 people? I don't even know 50 people. Trust me, you do, even if you don't know it. And I'm going to help you find these, right? These can easily be found in one of 5 categories. Category number 1 is your friends and family. And I know what you're thinking. You don't want to mix business with personal relationships, but hear me out. Your friends and family are your biggest supporters. If they don't, get new friends and family. They want you to succeed, or they should, right? So even if they're not your target customer, they might know someone who is. For example, let's say that you're starting a digital marketing agency. Your cousin Mike might not need your services, but he works at a law firm. And there's a good chance that that law firm is going to need some digital marketing services at some time. Now, category number 2 is going to be your former colleagues. And I think this will probably be one of your easiest categories. It is the easiest category of mine, in my opinion. In fact, you might get the majority of your 10 customers right here. Many people do, because your former colleagues, they already know your work ethic, right? They've seen you in action. And if you left on good terms, they automatically want you to succeed. So they're prime candidates to be your first customers. Category number 3, this will be your classmates. So whether that's high school or college, or maybe that online course that you took last year, classmates are a goldmine of potential customers or connections. So here's what I mean. Imagine you're starting a fitness coaching business. Remember that guy from biology class? He always talked about, hey, someday I want to get in shape, right? Boom, there's your first customer, right? I hope you're starting to see how easy it can be to acquire your first 10 customers. It doesn't have to be difficult. It just requires a little bit of thinking and then execution. And at this stage of the game, almost everything is execution. And the good thing is that's 100% within your control. Now, category number 4 is social media connections. Go through your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram. You'd be surprised how many potential customers are hiding in your friends list. You just have to take a look. Then comes category number 5. This is one of my favorites. This is local business owners. So look around your neighborhood, right? Every business that you see is a potential customer or partner. And here's the thing. Business owners are oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes some of the easiest people to work with, because you already have that entrepreneurial rapport, right? They know what it's like. So here's what that might look like for you. Let's say you're starting a web design business. You could walk into that new coffee shop that's down the street, buy some coffee, and then talk to the owner about a website upgrade. Nothing pushy, right? Very natural. Now, Here's another example. I worked with someone who was starting a corporate wellness program. You've probably seen some of these. And here's a list of the 50 that they put together. One was 10 former colleagues from his last 2 jobs. 5 friends worked in HR, 3 family members who owned businesses, 7 connections from his MBA program, 15 local business owners that he found, and this was through LinkedIn, and then 10 people that he met at a recent networking event, one of those business networking events. But the key to success is really found when you combine strategy and execution. Right? Don't just list 50 people and then start cold calling them. For each person, I want you to write down, how do you know them? I also want you to write down what problem of theirs your business might solve, and also who they know who might use your services or your product. Remember, your goal is not just to try to sell 50 people, it's to create 50 potential avenues for your first 10 customers, right? Stay focused on what our ultimate goal is. Now, I recommend you go ahead and pause this video, grab a pen, a piece of paper, open up your spreadsheet or maybe the note app on your phone, and start listing these names. Don't stop until you hit 50. Go ahead, pause the video, I'll wait. Okay, hopefully you did the work and you now have 50 names. Next comes action step number 2, which is to create a killer offer. Now, what can you give that will make people feel like they're getting way more value than they're paying for? I'm not talking about discounts, right? That might be something, but that's not what we're talking about here. This is about providing so much value that your potential customers feel like they're robbing you blind. Now, why is this important? Because in business, perception is reality. If people perceive that what they're getting is an insane amount of value, which is what we want, they're not just likely to buy from you, they're more likely to become raving fans who also bring you more customers and referrals. And so let me show you some real world examples for what an effective offer looks like. And then you can create your own, or you can use these for ideas, or you can just use these ones. Now, the first one is the results or it's free guarantee. Now, this one basically removes any risk to your potential customers. And here's what that might look like in practical application. I had another client who started a digital marketing agency, and his offer was, we'll double your leads in 90 days, or you don't pay a dime. Was that risky? Oh, absolutely. But it also showed that he had skin in the game, right? It aligned his interest with his clients. And as far as I know, he's never had to refund a single client from that offer. Now, offer number 2, this is the bundle services approach. Now think about it like this. If you're a personal trainer, don't just offer training sessions. Bundle that with a personalized nutrition plan, or maybe a custom app that they can, customers can track their progress on. Maybe have some weekly check-in calls. Suddenly, you're not just a trainer, you're a comprehensive health coach. Number 3, this is the legacy offer. This is for you SaaS folks out there, which is software as a service. Offer your first customers lifetime access for a one-time fee. Yes, I know that you're sacrificing short-term revenue, but you're gaining evangelists who will sing your praises for years to come. Number 4, this is the VIP package treatment. So whatever your services are, create a VIP package of it. Maybe that's unlimited revisions, 24/7 support, monthly strategy calls. Make that part of your VIP package. Make your customers feel like royalty. And remember, your offer is not just about the price. It's about reducing the risk to your customers and then aligning your incentives with theirs and providing so much value that they can't help but succeed. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your current offer right now, and I want you to ask yourself, how can I reduce the risk for my customers? What can I add that costs very little but provides immense value? And how can I structure this offer so that my customer succeeds? Because remember, when you're doing business, you don't just get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. And a killer offer is, well, it's one of the best negotiation tools you have at your disposal. That said, action step number 3. Now, this is identify 5 potential business partners and then reach out to them with a specific proposal for how you can help each other. And if you're new to partnerships, which you might be, this isn't just about handshakes and the promise that we say, hey, let's do business someday. No, this is about creating specific, actionable, I would say mutually beneficial relationships that can really skyrocket both of your businesses. Now, you might be asking, why 5 partners? Because any less and you're not casting a wide enough net. Any more and you're just going to end up spreading yourself too thin. So 5 is that ideal, that sweet spot. So let's explore some real world examples for how you can really serve this up and real easily implement it, because that's what we want to do. Number one, I like to call the complementary service partner. Let's say that you're a web designer. Who's going to be your ideal partner? A copywriter, right? Because every website needs copy and every piece of copy needs a home. And here's how you can approach them. Hey, I noticed that you write killer copy. How about this? For every client that you refer me, I'm going to give them a 10% discount on web design services, and I'll also pay you a 10% commission. Plus, I'll recommend you to all my clients who need copy. You see that? That's a win-win-win. How easy is that? Number two, the industry influencer. So if you're selling fitness products, for example, partner with a popular fitness YouTuber or maybe an Instagrammer, and here's what you could say to them. Hey, I've been following your content and I'm impressed. How about I send you a free sample of our product? If you like, we'd love to sponsor your video, and we'll provide special discounts. We'll give you a code for your followers, and you'll get a commission on every sale. See how that works? Number three, the local business buddy. Are you running a coffee shop? Partner with the bakery that's down the street. That's kind of a no-brainer, right? You probably would have thought of that on your own, but here's how you serve it up. Hey, I love your pastries. How about we do a cross promotion? You display our coffee menu, we'll display your pastry menu, and we'll both offer discounts if customers buy from both our shops on the same day, and we'll drive business to each other. How's that sound? You see how that works? You can probably think of some more. Now, number four is the content collaboration partner. Let's say you're a financial advisor. Partner with a real estate agent. Your approach could go something like this. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's co-host a webinar on how to invest in real estate without breaking the bank. You bring the real estate expertise, I'll provide the financial planning perspective. We'll both go ahead and we'll invite our email list, and then we'll split any leads that we get. Boom, easy. See? Now, I got to tell you, I'm originally from Los Angeles, so I have a ton of connections in the fitness and nutrition space all throughout that industry, because that's pretty big there. So I had a client who had a meal prep service, was just starting this. And here's three examples from his partner list, along with the offers he made. Number one was a local gym owner. And his offer was, I'll give your members 20% discount off their first order. In return, you can display our menus in your gym and let us set up a tasting booth once a month. Number two was the nutritionist. And for every client that you refer us who signs up for our monthly plan, we'll pay you a $50 commission. Plus, we'll list you as the official nutritional consultant on our website. And then number three, this was a food blogger, and his offer was simple. He simply said, we'd love to sponsor a series of posts about healthy eating. We'll provide you the meals for free and offer your readers a special discount code. You get free content and you get a commission on sales. The results, within 6 months, these partnerships were driving 62% of his new customer acquisitions. And here's the thing to keep in mind, right? Each of these proposals, they're specific, they're actionable, they're mutually beneficial. And you're not just saying, hey, let's partner up. You're saying, here's exactly how we can help each other grow. So here's what I want you to do. We're going to make a list. Go ahead and list out 5 types of businesses that complement yours but aren't direct competitors. And then for each type, go ahead and identify a specific company or an individual in your area or your industry. And then craft a specific proposal for each one. What can you offer them? What do you want in return? And then reach out to them with your proposal. Don't be afraid of rejection. We're not doing that. We're not afraid of rejection. Remember, you're not asking for a favor, right? You're offering a valuable benefit. This is a win-win. Remember, in business, you're only as strong as your network and your strategic partnerships. When you have those, it's like, strapping a rocket onto your back and taking off, right? They can take you to places that, well, you can never go alone. Now, if you want to learn more about how to launch, grow, and thrive during your first few years in business, just click or swipe the screen to watch this next video.